Good evening, ladies. I have a question. What is emotional intelligence? Does it mean when someone has hurt your feelings, betrayed you, deceived you, you don't respond? Or is it the way you respond that should be different? Is emotional intelligence suffering in silence, allowing things to be, just keep it in, keeping your mouth shut? What is emotional intelligence? Does it mean that a person can walk all over you? You find out how bad they betray you, and then you let them back in. You see them in the streets, you smile, you greet them as if nothing has happened. Is that emotional intelligence or is it fakery? Is it wearing a mask? Is it suppressing things that needs to be addressed? This is my question. Why has the world become so comfortable with offenses and betrayals? People not addressing things, people not saying that bothered me, or people not even acknowledging that they have hurt or betrayed or deceived someone. Where is that level of emotional intelligence? Why is it on the person that was harmed, that was offended, that was betrayed, that was deceived, that was stabbed in the back, that was lied on or cheated on? Why is it always on that person to just hold it, to deal with their emotions in some sort of mature way that others would say they're mature? They've handled that with grace. Why is it like that? I came across a post. I was scrolling on TikTok, and the person was saying that emotionally intelligent people, they rise to the top. They live very well, or they become very successful because of their emotional intelligence. Excuse me. I have noticed that those people are, number one, not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of these people that claim to have emotional intelligence, number one, behind the scenes, they're very corrupt. Number two, they deal with a lot of health issues because of the corruption, things that they secretly and privately do to others that they know they have done, and they sit back and try to act as if it's not them. And people think, okay, because a person is successful, because they make money, because they made a name for themselves, they're intelligent, they're mature. No, 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 no. People that know how to make money know how to make money. But when it comes down to doing the basic common sense thing, I notice that there are a lot of cover up terms now that cover up for people being destructive, being corrupt, being hurtful, being offensive. So I just wanted to come over here and ask for a few moments of your time to define what emotional intelligence is. Do you think I have it wrong? Do you think I need to tweak it some, the way I think about emotional intelligence? I personally don't, because I just noticed when people ask or require a person to have emotional intelligence, it requires that person not to express something that bothers them, not to express or communicate something that has been done to them. And I also noticed that it has just simply required a person to just shut up and just take hurtful, hardcore, bad things from another person and or people, but it makes them look mature. It makes them look like they're on top of their game. I don't regard that as emotional intelligence. I firmly believe when we have matured to the level of intelligence of within our emotions, guess what? When you do somebody wrong, when you've done something that has caused a person any kind of hardship, any kind of short comings in their life, you just own up to it. And I think the world has become so I think the world has become to a place to where we've normalized so much of toxicity. We don't recognize the trauma bonds that not only a person still has from their childhood, but that they have created in their adulthood. And I also think people don't realize that because of those trauma bonds that they've created in their adulthood, that's why they can't evolve and maximize their potential as a man or woman and tap into true manhood and womanhood. That's my personal thought on that. Yep. Divinely guided. Yeah. I just noticed that people, there are so many terms out here now that people are using, but when you find out what they do, what they did, what they stand for, it's a lot of whack stuff. It's a lot of corrupt stuff. And I think that we have, evolved into some very toxic places of living and thinking. And I don't think that I don't think it's right, but I think it's a trend. And I always feel like when you find a lot of people that talk about the same thing or use a certain term, whoever that original person was, I bet you whatever that term really stood for and meant, that it is not the same. The many people we hear talking about emotional intelligence is a trend, but it's not truly to educate us. And I think there's something also going on with, the internet, of course. But when we talk about, daytime and evening television, you're looking at the housewives. People become accustomed. You talk about me behind my back with your other friends or associates. You curse me out. You put the dagger in my back. But then the next week we're going on a trip together as if we're buddy old pals. No, 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 no. So I just wanted to know, what do you all think or know as emotional intelligence? What is it for you? And are people just using popular terms? Is it wordplay to downplay something else to that needs to be addressed? In closing, I want to say this. People know when they've done you wrong. When a person gets quiet on you, is and I'm speaking of, these type of situations, because every situation is differently. But when people get quiet on you and you've not done them wrong, they know it's something they've done to you, and they don't know, or they're trying to figure out if you've discovered it, if you know it. And it's the shallowness, it's them not having a backbone, they're spineless, they're very cowardly. I truly feel like those people, they sit and they suffer in silence. They suffer in silence. People that we think have emotional intelligence, no. They were also the same people that were not listened to when they were children. I bet you a lot of them were told to shut up and shut your mouth. I bet you they were also the kind of people that people walked over, ran over, and did some sort of hurt and harm. And what they've done is swap roles now in their adult life. And I think that they use these titles that are trending or that are trendy, and they say, I have this level of emotional intelligence. I'm not bothered by that. I don't address everything. How can people get forward in life if offenses are never addressed? That's toxic to me. It's unhealthy. And in my personal opinion, I think it shows an emotional person that's damaged and a very manipulative person. I think it's a lot of manipulation. So give me what you think in the comment section. I'm not gonna take up all y'all time tonight. Peace and blessings and great day. Y'all have a good night. Namaste.